Good morning. Today is Tuesday, December 8th. 8 is a really fun number because if you add 4 and 4, you get 8. And I have my special rock numbers here. If you add 7 and 1, you also get 8. Are there any other combinations that you can think of? We added 4 and 4, and then 7 and 1. What about if I add 2 and 6? Will I still get 8? Let's try it. 6 plus 2 equals 8. Yay, it worked. What about if I add 5 and 3? Let's try it. 5 plus 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. We made 8 again. Yay, good job. So let's go to our calendar, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me write in 8, and we are using a black marker today. So 8, and it's Tuesday. Alrighty, and what is the letter that we are studying this week? Do you recall? There's capital M. Go start at the top and go down to the bottom line. Go back up, and it's almost like you're going down a slide, climbing back up a ladder, and going back down the slide again, all the way down to the bottom line. And that is a lowercase m. And that you start on this dotted middle line, and you go down to the bottom, back up again, and around, and up, and around again. And that is capital and lowercase m. So, I sent home something that I thought was really neat. Do you know what this is? This is a map. And this country is the United States of America. That's our country. And this is our state. This is California. So what I did was I went through and I colored the different states that have M. These have M in their names. And let's see what happens. I have Montana, New Mexico. Can you hear the M's? There's Minnesota. There's Missouri. There's Mississippi and Michigan. Maine, Massachusetts, and Maryland. So, I saw a really neat thing. You can connect Montana and New Mexico, and then go over here to Minnesota and Missouri and Mississippi. Go up around again to Michigan, Maine, Massachusetts, Maryland, and then down to this heart that I drew. And it's a little bit wonky, but I made an M map, an M. How many different M states did we find? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 states. You know what else is 9? Tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 9. I have a neat book to read you about maps too. Should we read a book right now? Let's do it. It's called Meerkat Mail, and the author is Emily Gravett, and I believe she's the illustrator too. Oh, look at all these meerkat pictures. All right, Meerkat Mail. Let me move a little. There we go. Sunny lives in the Kalahari Desert. It is very dry and very hot, and sometimes Sunny thinks it is too hot. Sunny comes from a large family. They work together. They play together and they eat together. It looks like they may eat snakes and scorpions. Wow. They also learn together. The chalkboard says, remember, a meerkat alone is on its own. Stay safe, stay together, and stay away from jackals. They also sleep together. In fact, they do everything together. They are very close, and sometimes Sunny thinks they are too close. Sometimes Sunny wishes that he could live somewhere else, so he packs his suitcase and writes his family a note. There's the note. Dear everyone, I'm off to find somewhere perfect to live. Don't worry, Mom, I'll be staying with our mongoose relatives, so we'll be quite safe. Love, Sunny. P.S. I promise to write. So on Monday, Sunny visits his Uncle Bob. Oh, look, there's a postcard. That's what you send in the mail. That starts with an M too, and you can mail it back home. So it says, to Mom and Dad. It's a lot like being at home here, except that I am the biggest. Hooray! The weather is sunny and the food is fantastic. Lots of scorpions. Yum! Best thing is, no one has to keep lookout because there's this bird which goes squawk when there is danger. I told Uncle Bob our family motto is stay safe, stay together, and he told me theirs is run and hide. From Sunny. Uh-oh, is that a jackal? Uh-oh. Uncle Bob's family makes him feel very welcome, but Sunny just doesn't really fit in. So on Tuesday, Sunny goes to stay with his cousins Scratch and Mitch and the rest of their family. Sunny is getting itchy feet. Greetings from the banded mongoose country. Ooh, look at all those ants. Dear Mom and Dad, we have been living in an old termite mound, but we are moving. There is plenty to eat. Yours ticklishly, Sunny. Comes from the Meerkat Mob, Cozy Burrow, the Dunes, Kalahari Desert, under the big blue sky. So he decides to move on. On Wednesday, he arrives at his cousin Edward's. Says, hello from the farm. Oh my goodness. I think Sunny got some egg on his head. Dear Mom, Dad, Granddad, and Grandma, I'm staying on a farm. Ed's favorite food is chicken. I haven't tried it yet, but I've had plenty of eggs. Tell Mickey they're not as good as scorpions. Love from Sunny. Sunny is not at all sure that eggs totally agree with him. On Thursday, he heads off to stay with his cousins, Mildred and Frank. This postcard says, I love rainy days. Dear Mom and Dad and everyone, it's raining quite hard. Hope the weather is better at home. Loads of love from Sunny. I mean Rainy. P.S. Great Aunt Maureen was right. I should have packed an umbrella. Oh, he's using his suitcase to cover his head to stay dry. Sunny hates getting wet, so he decides to leave. Is that still the jackal behind him? Wow. By Friday evening, Sunny has reached Madagascar. Dear all, arrived at Auntie Bee's and Uncle Rob's. It's very late and very dark, and I think it may be past my bedtime. And Aunt Bee and Uncle Rob don't seem to have noticed. I am leaving as soon as it gets light. Yawns. Faithfully wish you were here. Sunny. XXXZ. Uh-oh, is that the shadow of the jackal? Oh my. Sunny is afraid of the dark. He can't think of anything worse. Until on Saturday, he arrives at Great Aunt Flo's. There's a new postcard. The original dive-in restaurant, dining for one in the wettest setting in the marsh. Fresh snails, frogs, earthworms, larvae, crustaceans, various and small reptiles and insects. Oh, there goes Sunny and a jackal right after him. Dearest family, Great Aunt Flo lives on her own in a marsh. It is dark and wet and the food is disgusting. And I am lonely and cold and tired, and I really, really, really wish you were here, or that I was not. All my love, kisses, and snuggles, Sunny, Meerkat family, lovely, warm, dry home. Sunny is beginning to worry that nowhere is right for him. Oh, he's going to get away from that jackal, though. Oh, who's that? Jackal again, huh? But then on Sunday, Sunny arrives somewhere very dry and very hot, where everyone is very close. Where? I'm home, and it is... Welcome home. It's perfect. Stay safe, stay together. So there's not a map in this book, but there's lots of traveling around in the Kalahari Desert, which is pretty spectacular. All right, I wanted to show you our corn again. Can you believe how big it's getting? And I also wanted you to notice when they first start poking up, I wonder if it's easy to see this. Do you see there's a little hole in the top? And it's very much like a cylinder. Do you see how these are starting to open up? There's the first initial leaf has opened, and then there's a second one inside that's still rolled up. Cylinders are a lot like, do you know what this is? Straws. That's kind of a very similar shape to the way that the corn is coming up. The corn, the first leaves are all kind of rolled up into a cylinder. And I have a question for you. So we have all of the corn, and do you see how it's growing straight up? Isn't that neat? Do you see all these roots? And the roots are growing down, like the poem that we read in the book. I want to know what would happen if I laid this corn back in a different bowl, because this bowl is not, it's just big enough for the corn. But what would happen if I put it in a bigger bowl and I laid it sideways? What will happen? Do you have any ideas? Well, I have one interesting example. This was a little corn kernel that fell off of the cob, and it was laying in the water. And it must have been laying this way first, because that's the way that it started growing, was up. And then it must have gotten turned a little bit. And then it was growing that way. And then at some point it must have been up, kept changing for it. But isn't that neat that this is so curved? Because the sprout grows up. And look at these neat roots. All right. Next, I wanted to talk to you about, all right, I have a rhyme for you. There's our word, our letter of the week. There's Sam, Sam. So we're going to keep the S and the A, so it'll always be sa, sa. So if I do sa, oh, it turned into sag, sag. And if I turn this again, it becomes sat. And if I do it again, now it's a D. It's sad, sad. Oh, and now we're back to M. So it's Sam. Now, let's try a different way. What about if I keep AM, am, and I'm going to rotate the S. So this was Sam. Now it's ham. That's the H. Ham. Ham and Sam rhyme. What about this one? What letter is that? That's R. Ram. Ram. Good job. All right. What about that one? That's B. B says bam. Good job. All right, we're back to the beginning. So let's go through it one more time so we can hear all the rhymes. Sam, ham, ram, and bam. Good job. All right, kiddos, we are going to end with our mystery box. What is inside of here starts with an M, and you use it to pay for things. What could it be? It can be paper. It can be coins. I bet you guessed it. You did? Did you guess money? That starts with an M. Money. And this is kind of an unusual bill. I don't know if you've seen one of these. This is a $2 bill. They don't make a lot of them. Kind of fun. All right, friends. I will see you tomorrow.